Hi students, welcome to module 40. In this module, in continuation to our previous module, because the previous module was just only to understand how innovation is closely related to entrepreneurial mindset. But in this module, we are going to discuss invention and innovation, right? So we understand what is innovation and what is an invention, and then with that, the objective of this module is to understand what is innovation and invention, and reasons for invention, and need for invention, and the differences between invention and innovation, and their value for company. So these are the main key issues that we are going to discuss in this module. So first of all, let us look at invention and innovation, and these are actually outcomes of imaginations, and it is something no invention and innovation need imagination. So you can say that. So imagination is the base for creativity, and when the creativity is there, and from that you can see that so the invention and innovation comes out. So with that, let us just look at invention and innovation. So invention is something finding some product, or designing a product, right? So once you design a product, that is inventions, right? So the first time you just invented a product, like a bulb, like a machine, like a wheel, like a bicycle, like a bike. So whatever it is, it's invention. So further on the same, if you just invent, right? No, you can just look at the innovation on the same product, like the changing the the wheels, or changing the brake, changing the seat, right? And further improving on the same product, right? We are changing the features and enhancing the value of the same product, the invention that is there already. So that is the difference between invention and innovation. So if from that perspective, you can see that invention is think of an invention so that you use regularly, so that would impact your life greatly if you had to live without it. So for example, the pin, that may be car, that may be bike, or a bulb, or even like telephone, or even mobile. So whatever it is, all these are the inventions, right? Without that, it is very difficult to survive. So over and above, if you see some kind of improvement and advancement, so you can see that first of all, so we invented in the mobile phone, say for example, right? So you know the basic model. So now over and above, you can see there are so many innovations, like smartphone with several features. So like that, invention and innovation, you can see a relationship between these two. So further, if you see the reasons to innovate, so it is something because of survival in the competitive environment. So reason to innovate. So because so in the competition, so I want to do my business something different or better than my competitor. So that means if you are doing business like your competitor, so why the customer is looking at your product and services, right? And you must be different from your the competitor. For that, you can see that you must be very innovative in your the way you are doing business. So the first thing is the reason for innovation is the competition, like keep ahead of your competitor. So the second thing is the science and technology. So technological changes can be the result of science push, and then change in the science and technology base lead to the product innovations, because whatever that is available at present, the science and technology, so that is going to change our the way we are doing business. For example, if you take the tourism, so now we can't imagine tourism and travel business without use of ICT devices like apps, or even internet, or even so different types of softwares that are there in the application in business operations. So in that way, you can see that traditionally the way in which that the travel business was organized and operated, that is totally different from the present context, where we have advanced technology, information communication technology, which we are using in tourism, and that way you can see that the enhancement of the service value, and then the quality, and then the cost also, which is going to give the ultimate benefit to the the customers, and then it enhances the business the volume also. So that is the reason for innovation. So then the third important thing is the market. The customers' feedback and influence the innovation, leading to the product improvement. So the market always is seeking some new things, and even expects the addition to the existing the value of the product. So for that, you can see the customer feedback. So the time to, because the customer is the changing, customer expectations are changing. So as a part of managing expectations of the customers, so what you have to do, that always you have to take feedback, and then look at the feedback, and then their influence on your day-to-day work, and then come out with the innovation which is going to bring some kind of improvement in your product. So in that way, you can say that. Another important thing is the legislation. The government can the force innovations because of the safety related, environment related, the crisis related, economic policies. So because of the government system and legislation, to keep yourself in a comfort, and then a kind of sustain the business, you have to innovate in the given the legal framework. So the another important thing is the last one, the human nature. The human nature is something the curiosity. So what happens if I do this, right? And laziness is against, of course, the creativity and innovation, and there must be an easier way to do this. So always you can see that the human nature, the curiosity to do something differently, and then in that kind of the attitude also is one of the reason for innovation to come out with easiest method and then shortcut methods, so that is going to add value to the product, and with less resources, less time, you can give the same kind of value to the ultimate end users. So that is the another reason for innovation in the organizations. So why there is a need for innovation? So an innovation can increase the profit on the value side. Say for example, customer value your innovation enough to pay more for it. So when the value is added, the customer is ready to pay more, because the product has that much the quality as well as the features which are going to satisfy the expectations of the customers. So that's why there is a need of innovations, because you want to add the value, so that you'll get the profit because of the customer satisfaction, and then you will increase the even the volume of your sales. Or the cost side also, the company that produce the offering in the more efficient manner, so that means effective use of resources, less time and less resources, because you know the best method. So in that way, you can just reduce the cost of your the production and the cost of your the complete the tour package by just cutting your cost by doing a kind of innovative practices, right? So without compromising the quality and then satisfaction of the customer. So either way, the value is created for the farm and then customers because of the innovation. If innovation is not there, so there will not be any kind of value for both farm as well as the customer. That is not going to give any kind of the benefit for anyone. So the innovation has that much need and then the relevance in today's the context of business, right? So now let us look at what is innovation. So the term innovation refers to the new way of doing something, right? It may refers to international and then emergent or radical and then revolutionary the changes in thinking, products, process, and organizations. So you can see that in every level, we can see that there is a kind of new way of doing something, that is innovations, right? So for that we need creativity, because the new ideas are the base for thinking innovative way to find out the new ways of doing something, right? So that is the thing. Innovation recipes are so the creativity plus the failure plus iterations. So these are the main issues in the innovations. Further, if you look at what is innovation, and no, Scam Peters in 1934 was first to point out the importance of new value created by entrepreneurs because of innovation. So the more recently, Carland, Holly, Bolton, and then Carland in 1984 extended and then specified the Scam Peters idea, saying that the entrepreneurs are very, very different, and they are very induces the new goods, induces new services, and introduces the new the methods of the products, and open new market, open new source of the supply, and reorganize industry. So all these are possible only because of innovations. Innovation is very close to the entrepreneurs because always they are just doing something differently because of innovation. That is their part of the life as an entrepreneur. So this is the description of the Scampeters. Right. So further, if you just look at the innovation, innovation is the process and then outcome of creating something new, which is also of value. So innovation involves the whole process from opportunity identification, ideation, and then invention to development and prototyping, the production, marketing, and sales. No, while entrepreneurs only need to involve commercialization, that is what Scampeter says, that innovation involves all these aspects, starting from the process and identification of the opportunity, then ideation and the invention, development, prototyping, production, the marketing, sales. So everywhere, so one has to always see that you are the innovative in your the way of business. So further, if you look at the innovation and how it is actually adding value to the company, it increases the competitive advantage for the company. You just know the innovation keeps you always ahead and better than your competitors. So that is the advantage, what we call. So in the competition, the competitive advantage. So it improves the quality and cost saving, reduce the cost and more flexibility and better service to the customers, reduction in the lead time, and the companies with strong investments in innovation tend to achieve the better cash flow and earning the performance. So in that way, you can say the R&D correlates with the long-term growth of the organization. So as much as you just focus on innovation and the outcome is in a multifold way gives the result for the company as well as the market and customer. So it adds as a whole the value to the company because of innovation. So with this, let me stop here and thank you very much and let us meet in the video 41.